So we are live in Vietnam right now, and we're in the hotel lobby trying to get lunch. As you can see, there's a large amount of people now trying to check in. It's like a whole tour. And also, this is a restaurant, so we can sit down here and eat. You don't have to be a guest of the hotel, perhaps. There's also a cafe as well. So everything in one. And so that's why there's a big rush going on here. This is probably a tour with a whole tour guide and everything. And I think they're European. Came off a big bus or something, and then now all checking in at once. So we got some fresh juice, watermelon juice for $1. Always a good deal, 100% juice in Vietnam. And we have Vietnamese coffee, of course, to start the morning. Look how beautiful that looks. It looks like the cup has been painted black, but actually that's the coffee inside. And a lot of people right now outside, they're going to take some dead pictures because nearby there's a lot of nice decorations for Dead Holiday. So they're going to go out and get some nice pictures in for the new year. This place is pretty nice to have green plants, AC, and everything's quite clean because it's a hotel. So I like hanging out here sometimes. Let's get the... Can you guys hear me well, by the way? How's the sound quality? All right. I think this tripod is due. I think we're up for an update here. It's getting kind of loose. A lot of foreigners here. Some are Vietnamese, but very few. So even the Asians table here, they're from another country, maybe mainland China, and then there's a European group over there. So I guess Vietnamese don't hang out in this area too much. And we're lucky to get a table here because it's completely packed. All right, so we got that steak. This is a dark coffee, very strong. So we're gonna try to do some live streaming today to see what the festivity is. I had a feeling. Sorry about that. Our tripod gave up, so I think that's why we need a new tripod. I lost one of the sticker pieces on this. It's not very stable. And then secondly, it's pretty old, so the swivel is off. How's the sound quality, by the way? Maybe we'll use one of our drink to hold the phone here. There you go, much better. Nice. Carson does stuff. Hey, what's going on, Carson? How are you? Where are you from? Where are you guys watching from? So today is technically the last day of the new year, or the last day of 2025, according to the lunar calendar. So we're celebrating New Year Eve in Vietnam. Jack Joy, what's going on, Jack Joy? Nice to see you. Happy New Year to everybody who's celebrating the lunar Chinese/Vietnamese New Year. Good, and you're from the US? Oh, UK. Oh, Carson is from the US and Jack is from the UK. Which state are you from in the US, by the way? I'm from Canada, so technically we are part of UK as well. I met a British dude the other day here in Vietnam. Actually, I met a few people from the UK here. It seems like Vietnam is a popular destination. I mean, because it's kind of cold over there, right? I watched a few videos, And I think there's a stat where it's raining every single day of 2025 so far in the UK. Is that right? So a lot of people are traveling and getting out of there because it's so gloomy and kind of affect your mood, right? Unless you guys are into the cloudy and rainy mood, which some people are. I mean, I love cloudy days for the most part, but when it's raining too much, can't really go anywhere and do anything. So it is pretty depressing, to be honest. The state must be cold now too, actually. So I'm from Canada, and it's like one of the coldest country around this time. So if you're in the north of the United States, that's pretty cold too. Like Chicago, New York, Washington, you must have a lot of snowfall as well. Especially this year for some reason. This year it was snowing early and snowing a lot. Like in Canada, it was in like November or something that it started snowing. But in the years past, it's like December, but sometime even January when we get the first snowfall. So November is almost unheard of. So that's why a lot of people are in Vietnam, guys. It's like so gorgeous here. Check this out. People walking around in t-shirt, dresses, sun hats. You can even like wear shorts, sandals. It's amazing. Sunshine like almost every day. Mainly because during New Year time, it doesn't really rain all that much. So like in a month, you might get one day of rain. So best time to visit for sure. Jack says 5:51. Oh. The only thing about this place is it's quite slow. So that's why when it first came in, I rushed to order my food right away because I know it was gonna come slow. And especially today, there's so many people. Because you guys know around Vietnam today, everything is closed. The locals, they do not want to work. They went back to their hometown because Saigon, Ho Chi Minh City, where we are, is a hustle city. So people come here to work and make money or even go to school. So now they're all going back to their hometown, leaving everything deserted. So a lot of shops and restaurants, no one's working. And so a place like this that serves foreigner that's still open, everybody's in here. But typically when I'm in here, there's nobody. So this is a rare sight actually, that almost all table has been taken up, as you can see. But it's very nice actually. They have like all these plates and hot steamer because it is a hotel, so they have a good client base here. It's very suitable for a restaurant. Because in Vietnam, the thing is, if you guys are in the States, UK, Australia, you guys go to a restaurant and they have a full-out kitchen. But the thing is, in Vietnam, we don't have full-out kitchen for shops. So a lot of people, they eat street style. They said it's so good, it's convenient, and it's cheap. But what they don't realize is these people are cooking out of like a makeshift kitchen. So there's no real stove or oven, even like a dishwasher or a sink or something like that. So when people cook food for you, it's very amateurish, you know what I mean? So when you're sitting inside a place like this that has like a hotel buffet, you know they have a full out kitchen and everything and staff and everything is clean and in order. So it is a blessing to eat in a real diner because in Vietnam there's a lot of food that is just street side, it's very casual, Yes, it's an experience, but you don't want to eat like that every day. Cảm ơn em. So our food has arrived. We have some beef, rice, little pieces of vegetables. Nothing fancy, it's very minimal, I would say, but I guess clean. So that's just the way I like it. The other day I met a guy. He's from the UK too, actually. He's a Vietnamese guy that moved to the UK, and he watches the channel. And he's telling me, don't eat pho in Vietnam, even though pho is like the most popular Vietnamese dish. And I asked him why. I eat pho like almost every day because I love beef. And so he's like, you don't know they always put flavoring packets inside the pho here to make it taste like it because it takes so long to cook it. So I'm like, oh, that makes sense. It's so difficult to cook the soup. So people would just put like chemicals and flavoring and color to make it look like pho. So he says when you're traveling, especially alone, you gotta be careful about what you eat. So something like this is perfect. There's some onion with beef, and then slices of vegetable and rice. Not much. Oh, 6 a.m. Did you just wake up, or have you went to sleep yet? Are you like a night shift worker? What time do you usually like to log on to YouTube? Because I thought like early morning is like a time when people don't just log on to YouTube. Typically, people will come on at night, I would say, maybe after work or like after dinner. So like 7, 8 p.m. After they have the dinner, they're staying up and they're bored, they want to scroll around, or even like late night, like 10, 11 p.m. when everything is done. Before they go to bed, they just pop up, YouTube and watch stuff. So over here is 1 p.m. in Vietnam. Vietnam people wake up early. So 1 p.m. is like half their day, more than half their day already. They wake up at like 5 a.m. So imagine 5 until 1, that's like 8 hours already. So some people could be like getting ready to eat dinner. Especially in the Vietnamese village. That's one reason why I don't like to go back to the village, because people sleep so early. When I go back to visit relatives, literally they get ready for bed at like 8 p.m. And then they're in bed by like 8:30. So like 9 o'clock, no one is talking. Everyone is like trying to go to sleep. It's crazy. And then you go outside, there's like pretty much nothing open. Except if you go to like the main town hall or whatever. Maybe there's a couple cafe, a pool hall or something. But it's very boring, very quiet. So when I go back to like the village, I'll go for 1 or 2 days. Not even, sometimes I do a day trip. But then I find it's not worth it anymore to just like travel for 2 hours one way. So about 4 hours both ways. If you're making stops, then maybe 5 hours. Just to hang out for a day trip, So you're back there for maybe 3 hours, and then the whole trip, including traveling, is like 8 hours. So that's like your whole day. So you gotta wake up early in the morning, drive down, hang out with your relatives, whatever, have dinner, and then you gotta drive back. Because the thing is, if you guys go back during the night, that's also really terrible because the traffic down there is crazy. So if you think Saigon traffic is bad, in the village it's even worse. It's so dangerous to drive in the village area. People don't know. They're like, oh, there's not that many bikes in the village, but people drive like mad. This bus is doing well. The tour bus, they're always operating. It's very popular. Actually, yesterday when I was walking around Nguyễn Huệ, there was a lineup Literally, no exaggerations, hundreds of people. I would say like 200-300 people in line to get onto that bus. I've never seen such thing before. I think I'm gonna make a short and then put it on this channel, and you guys see how ridiculous people wait with their boyfriend, girlfriend, with their children just to get in this bus. It's ridiculous to me because I walk around this area all the time, and typically there's no lineup at all. If anything, they're just waiting for the next bus, and it'd be like 10, 20 people because they're waiting to get onto their bus, which is coming next. But like hundreds of people waiting around the corner for the bus next after this bus, that's way too crazy. And it's not all that crazy, by the way. You sit on this bus, they drive you around for like 30 minutes, and there's nothing fancy. You just look down the street, and typically people don't even like give you a detailed tour, you know. See, as we speak right now, there's a lot of people waiting just to buy a ticket to get onto the bus. I'd rather walk around. It's easier to explore the city. It's foreigner takeover right now. The city have been given back to all the tourists. Local people don't want anything to do with it for the next week or two. But at least for the most part, they will have like a, at minimum 3 to 4 day break. Because you got New Year Eve, and you got New Year, and then the first 3 days of New Year is very important, so they gotta take that off. But some people take 5 or even up to 10. So that'd be 2 weeks. They really enjoy themselves and they really like to party around this time. That is no joke. It's like a family time. This couple in matching clothing. It's pretty cute. Actually, yesterday I bought a yellow shirt as well, because during New Year time, you gotta put on like a brand new shirt, something you never worn before. It signifies good luck or a good start to the new year or something like that. And then there's other superstition where you don't do your laundry and stuff like that. You don't wash laundry or clean your house or clean the dishes on New Year, and you don't throw the garbage either on New Year. So all the chores and everything like that got to be done today. This is New Year's Eve. And then on the actual day, you just gotta tough it out. So I got a new yellow shirt. I'll probably wear it tomorrow. I mean, I will wear it, but it's gonna be on stream as well. Very nice shirt. Originally, I was gonna go for white or like coffee color, but yellow one strike different, you know. And also, the yellow one was cheaper, almost half price compared to the white one. White is like the best color to wear. You always look good in white. It's very fresh. Unless you're like overweight, then like wearing white might like add to the illusion that you're bigger than you are. But for me, you know, I'm pretty thin, so wearing white actually helps me out as well. Adds on a few kilograms, you know. This plate looks small, but there's actually a lot of food. I'm getting full already. Or maybe because I'm having so many drinks. But this is actually a good meal. namely because of the beef. Typically, when you get beef in Vietnam, especially when it's not like a million dong, the beef is very tough. They don't use like the nice piece, you know, the tenderloin. But this beef here is nice and tender. Why do I have a feeling that we're offline? Let me check. Let me see if we're still online. Okay. It looks like we're still online. So we're just gonna go pin the message right here from Vietnam. Happy New Year. Bam. So we're just gonna pin that one real quick. Should I be able to do it? There we go. Pin. There you go. Hit subscribe and Happy New Year, everyone. So if you guys are new to the channel, hit subscribe. We're gonna have a lot of live stream in Vietnam, around the country, as well as Asia. And just hang out, talk about life, and see the culture. That's the goal, you know. Share what we know and learn about the culture. And make 2026 an exciting year. The best year we possibly can. Anyone who watches Kick, by the way? There's been a lot of talk about it lately. People are saying how, oh, it's good over there. But I've been so used to the oh, there's a story that happened to me yesterday. Oh, wow. So yesterday I got locked out of my house. It was a simple mistake, but you know, it could be costly because I could have been sleeping outside. I went outside to throw the garbage, and the door, it has this mechanism that helps it close automatically when you let go of the door handle because it's like weighted. So it's very heavy. When you let it go, it's going to slam and close it, just so that a lot of guests, when they leave, they forget to close the door for safety reason. No burglar to get in, so they made it close by itself. Yeah, anyway, I walked outside, threw the garbage, didn't think too much about it, and like the door slammed behind me. And my key, as well as my phone, was inside. And then a drunk guy nearby came over to help me contact the host, because he lived in the neighborhood, he knows the host. And he's like, oh, you're gonna give me 200,000 for helping you out. Or you know what, 300,000. And he was drunk. But yeah, doctor, and he's a very, very helpful guy. But can't be making small, stupid mistakes like that. Eventually, I got back in the house, but I felt bad because I was like, felt like I was bothering him. I said, you know, I'll take you out next time for a drink or something, you know. And he said, oh yeah, sure, I'll pick a place. But I think he's joking. He actually came out after and offered me a beer, but I didn't take it, so he gave it to some random guy. But it was like 1 a.m., so I felt bad to like bother him, and the host opened the door for me. They gave me no napkin. And also no hot sauce. So sometimes Vietnamese shops are like that. It's very simple. You know, I found some napkin. I'm gonna go grab it myself. Funny enough, the gentleman that came behind me ordered the exact same dish I ordered. Maybe because he walked in, he saw me eating it, and he liked it. But it is a good dish. Good price too. I think it costs like $2.50, so $3 Canadian. Wow, this thing is bitter. Kind of became a little light now. It was a little more dark earlier. The ice is melting a bit. No milk, no sugar, just black coffee. What's going on, Nash? You say, am I Amish? No, I'm not Amish. Are you? What made you think that I was, by the way? Still a lot of people checking in right now. Beautiful day for Tet, eh, guys? Nice and sunny. I don't know about you guys, but when I was in Canada during this time, like winter, I would sometimes log on to watch people travel, especially to Vietnam, because it's like my motherland. And I see like people driving scooters around, seeing the cathedral under the nice trees and the parks and stuff, and all the beeping, the nice, fun vibe of Vietnam. I'm always like, man, how I wish to be there. I'm so jealous that these people are driving around the streets of Saigon. So there it is. It's really beautiful. Especially when you're sitting in minus 30 degree Canadian winter and snowing outside. It's a refreshing sight. And the thing is, everyone's relaxed, everyone's happy, you know, because of the weather. This is so nice, especially around this time too. People are just nicer because they're celebrating New Year. They don't want to be negative for the New Year, right? And everyone's off work, so there's no like work stress. Just drinking, gambling, and family time. This gentleman here, he was kind of curious why I was filming myself or why I have a camera while I'm eating. People do though. Sometimes they just look at you simply because of the camera. You would think that there's a lot more live streamers and content creators with cameras and phones around, but actually not really. Even though we live in a age where you grow up with technology, with phone and stuff, but people still don't do a lot of content creation because at the end of the day, it's actually quite hard. There's a lot of criteria you need to meet in order to be making content, unless you just really like it and just want to do it for fun. But being on screen, being comfortable with technology, having the time to do it, having the money to do it, and just loving the fact that you can go online and film things, film people, talk to people, and still have to remain cool when you're being pressed by people. Because sometimes when you're recording, people are not happy about it. They'll question you or they yell at you about it. So there's a lot of things you have to overcome in order to live stream or make content. So most people don't do it. That's why when you walk around, people are still curious that you have a camera because there's just so few live streamers and content creators. I'm so full, by the way. That's why I'm eating this so slowly. But we're not going to finish the rice. We're just going to eat the main ingredients here. Use some people watching. Cheers. Good food, Vietnamese coffee. In Saigon, it's the best way to start the day. So we're gonna go enjoy the city life. Maybe I'll leave the phone here. Typically, you wouldn't leave your belongings in Vietnam because someone can grab and go. But I think we should be safe here. Or should I bring my phone with me just in case? Hello, Sil. How are you doing? Thanks for joining the live stream. Em ơi, anh để điện thoại một phút đi vệ sinh được không? Oh, somebody's in the washroom, it seems like. They're both occupied. Oh, someone's coming out. All right, guys, we're back. Washroom is full. Still kind of scary leaving the phone sitting around though. Because the staff is busy. They don't look out for your stuff perfectly, you know. And all it takes is like 3 seconds for someone to sweep in and swoop out. Also, I wish they gave me some toothpick. But that's fine because I travel with toothpick as well. In Vietnam, you always gotta be ready. Napkin, toothpick, all that stuff. So now, I want to get another coffee, even though we just had one, but we can go somewhere nice and have a view or something. There's a guy with a full-on suit walking around Saigon. He's dressed pretty well. Seems a little lost though, standing right in the middle of the street. Some people walking around under the umbrella. They're afraid of the sun here. This is the bus stop. I think that's what everyone's waiting for. This is the tour bus that goes around the city, and also the city bus for the local Vietnamese people is here too. So there's a Tết celebration. There's 2 different areas that has like really big festivities. One is Tao Dang Park. We have to pay a fee to get in there, but it's not much. And the second is Nguyen Hue, is where all the beautiful decoration and sometimes performances happen. So we can check out one of those 2 places. There's also many others around the city, but it's like more miniature size. And then I guess we can take another drink break at the cafe building. Or go shopping for a Vietnamese dress, like a traditional Vietnamese Tết dress. That'd be nice to take a picture. Oh yeah, there's also a street, like a whole street that celebrates New Year. Maybe we can check that out. It's called Pho Am Dao, like the old calligraphy people. I also want to hit up a rooftop actually. That'd be fun, especially for sunset. We can go in a rooftop bar or restaurant or something, and then enjoy the view and the sunset from the rooftop. It's best to do it here in Vietnam, because any rooftop bar that you go to in the West, drinks is going to be like $20. But in Vietnam, it's very affordable, even though it's going to cost more than the ones on the floor, the ground level, but it's still going to be only like $5. Oh, that's so strong. It's going to wake me up for hours. Vietnamese is known to be one of the strongest coffee in the world, by the way. And no sugar, so taking it black. Do any of you guys drink your coffee black? I haven't tried it for that long. Typically, I would have it with some milk, even though no sugar. But some milk just lighten the taste a little bit, you know? But that's why I have this. This has natural sugar in it. But also, coffee is very acidic. So, em ơi, tính tiền giùm anh nha. I'm gonna pay the bill and then get out of here, explore the city, and then maybe I have to buy a new gimbal. I've been looking around, haven't found many places, but based on what we saw, I think $650, which is around $30, is already a good deal for a gimbal, so might go back and get that. Hopefully they're open today. This one here is terrible because it's so weak. The phone would just flop over like that easily. It doesn't hold. Second of all, I lost this rubber piece, so it's very slippery. It would just slip right out. The gimbal that I'm gonna get, it's gonna be, it's pretty small though. So like this thing here, it cannot fit my 14 Pro Max. It can only fit the normal iPhone. Unless I take off the case. So that's inconvenient, but then we'll just film with the smaller phone. Rồi 85 chấp 100, 200 này. Rồi, cảm ơn em nha. So the bill is 85,000 with tips and service charge and tax already included in there. Without it, it's 74.9 thousand. 85,000, that's like just over $3 USD. $4.50 Canadian or Australian if you guys are from Australia. It's nice to sit here too because I can charge my phone while I'm doing this. But we were trying also to do Kick, but it seems like it might not be a good platform. Especially because, my audience is mostly on YouTube, So I don't know what the hype is about over there, but I think it's gonna be hard to start a community over there. Benavide says, when is the new year? It's tomorrow. So today is the New Year Eve, and I think it's a leap year because usually there'll be the 30th. But today, it only goes up to the 29th, and then New Year. So it's a special year. So today is called the 29th New Year. 29 Tết, 29th Tết. So usually it will go up to 30th Tết. But yeah, tomorrow is going to be the big day. Everybody can go out and visit their relatives, the older people, and then they bless them with age and, good luck for the new year. And then the old people will bless back the younger generation and give them a red envelope. Call they say, it's good luck. Cảm ơn em nhiều. All right, there we go, guys. Got our change here. This is 100,000. It sounds like a lot, but in Vietnam, it's not that much. Even the tiny bill is already 5,000. And that's worth like almost nothing. I have a 2-compartment for big bill and small bill, but at the end of the day, they just typically get messed up. So you have to reorganize them like every day. And also, I carry some foreign currencies always, because you never know when you're gonna trade. If you find a good currency exchange place, you never pass by a good currency place. Stock up on the Vietnamese dong, because the rate can fluctuate quite a bit in Vietnam. Yesterday I felt like I slept enough, but still feeling a little bit tired. I think we went too hard yesterday, walking around the whole city and live streaming for a long time. So finally went to sleep at like 2 a.m. after I got locked out of the house and everything like that, that whole ordeal. But I think my cortisol kind of spiked. I burned out my adrenaline because I was playing up a scenario where I had to sleep outside and I got all worried and frantically asking for help from everybody. I think I overreacted there a little bit. It took them a long time too, like 15 minutes for the doctor to help me. But afterwards, just when I got in the house, one of the girls that lives in the house went downstairs to do laundry. So technically, if I waited 15 minutes, I could just knock on the door and my flatmate could have helped me open the door. Because I was worried that no one went out at that time at 1 a.m. and there would be nobody coming back to the house to open the door. Because typically there's people that come in and out if it's daytime. But 1 a.m., the next person that go out the door might be 6, 7 a.m. So I'd be stuck outside with no phone, no wallet, and no key. the worst thing ever, right? Like, I guess we have to try being homeless for half a day. This tastes better after the watermelon juice. All right, guys, let's get out of here. Let's go shopping. See, there's a charger here, so that's nice. I just bought this charger in Vietnam too. It's pretty cheap. $5-6 for this charger. It's pretty slow, but it does the job, you know. It gives me some battery life. Let's put this gimbal away because I don't think it's gonna do much for us. I mean, if I hold it, I gotta hold it like this to keep it from swiveling. Oh, this guy's having lunch right at the table. So, see, this guy right here. They're working hard in Vietnam. Don't make a lot, so gotta work hours. How's the sound quality, by the way? You guys hear me okay? Oh, I gotta stack up the tissue. Whenever we're here, we gotta stack up the tissue because you never know when you're gonna run across some tissue again. And you gotta be careful of your jewelry. I made a video about that. That they may snatch off your jewelry as you're walking around. But the cops have been on it a lot lately, so I think it's gotten a little better. But you can never be too safe out here, right? All right then. That's it. Saying goodbye to the hotel. Make sure we didn't forget anything back there. And we got our coffee to go. Good thing to put in a to-go cup. I was hoping they'd give me a glass cup or a mug, but in the end, I guess it worked out that we got a to-go cup.